Greetings, my friends and fellow gamers. Welcome back. I'm Wrath, and this is Tyranny. So, a while back, that volume is really loud. Okay. Alright, that is better. Alright, so now I'm not going to blow my ears off here. So, a while back, I linked my Amazon Prime account to my Twitch account and started getting a bunch of different gifts, basically. Definitely, if you have an Amazon Prime account, by the way, absolutely link it to your Twitch account because you can get just tons of stuff. Like, I've gotten just a horde of games. I think in like the last week or so I've gotten like 8 different games or so just off the cuff. So absolutely take the time to go ahead and link your account so that way you can get some neat and cool stuff, and from there let's go ahead and move forward here. So this is Tyranny. Let's see here. I have not played this before, so this is completely new to me. Wait, what's Tales, Frontiers? Okay, so these are 2 expansion packs that I don't currently have. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started. So I hope you enjoy it. I'm going to start doing a few videos every now and then of some of the different games that I get, and if people like them, then I'll continue with them, and if people are just like meh, then I won't worry about them. I'll just play them in my own time if I find them enjoyable. So let's get started. Okay, so new game settings. Okay, story mode. Difficulty setting requires minimal micromanagement. Easily forgives mistakes in combat. Enemies receive a penalty to most stats. Normal difficulty requires strategy and efficiency, but forgives a few mistakes in combat. Hard difficulty is suited for veteran players. Okay. Let's try to learn. Only 1 save slot is permitted. If your party is defeated, the game ends and your save is lost. You must start again. Expert mode. Expert mode disables a number of helper features. No. We could do Trial of Iron. That seems like the thing to do. We'll do that because I kind of like that. Alright, let's go ahead and get into this. Hover mouse over an enemy's selection circle to see their defenses. Right click to lock the information window in place. Wondering if this is going to be like the medieval equivalent of like XCOM or something, where it's just going to be like, you're screwed. Okay. Okay, story time.
For over 400 years, the armies of Kairos the Overlord have swept across the known world. All who stood against them fell before their might. Even the Archons, women and men of immense power, were forced to kneel, chained to the Overlord's will. Now Kairos' final conquest has come to our corner of the world, and 2 of the Overlord's armies compete for the honor of taking our lands. The elite disfavored, and the teeming horde of the Scarlet Chorus. The voices of Nerat, spymaster and archon of secrets, guides the fierce and undisciplined masses of the Scarlet Chorus. With each battle, the Scarlet Chorus grows stronger, as the defeated are given a simple choice: serve or die. Graven Ash, Archon of War and the Overlord's most loyal general, leads the disfavored. Though small in number, Kairos' ironclad legion has never met true defeat in open battle. Watching over the two generals is Tunon, the Adjudicator, Archon of Justice, eldest of Kairos' minions. Tunon brings Kairos' laws to newly conquered lands, aided by the Fatebinders, judges and executioners of the Overlord's laws. You were among the youngest of the court of Fatebinders when Kairos' armies came to our lands. How could we have known that the fate of thousands would rest in your hands?
Ooh. So we get to play a villain. I understand that so far, but... Okay. Tall and skinny dude. Let's go with a dude. Kind of like this medium body type. Not too big, not too small. Let's do this guy here. Men enjoy equal protection under the law of the Overlord Kairos. In the southern lands of the Tiers, only men may own or captain ships, but real estate is restricted to women. Men may lease, but durable ownership of the land in the Tiers always passes to the eldest daughter or sister. Most sons enter their father's profession by their mid-teens. Those without a profession or family lands to work can find purpose by pledging service to one of the Overlord's mighty archons. Criminals, derelicts, and others are often conscripted into the armies of the archons. If a child cannot forge his own skein, whatever that is, he will certainly find one in battle. Alright, portrait, hair, face. Okay, so face. Let's see here. Kind of like that one. Okay, hair. Oh, there's more choices down the line here. Facial hair. No, no much beards, thank you. Let's go back to hair here. No. No. Oh, he looks like Riker. That's what he looks like. It's Captain Riker. Yeah, I kind of like that look. Okay, black hair.
That wasn't so hard. I'm injured, tired,
Let's rest. On it. Curious.
Okay.
Flawless! You learn something every day. I'll just hold on to this.
These are kind of cool. The art on this is really, really cool. Let's see here. Oh. Alright. Oh, that's a face tattoo. That's sick. That kind of looks like bird wings or something. We'll skip it for this time. Maybe the next character. Alright, let's see here. Portrait. I wonder if they did one with every, like, possible combination. No, they didn't. So just pick one that I like. I kind of like this guy. Alright, so origin. Alright, today you are a Fatebinder, agent of the Archon of Justice. You are by no means free, but as a warrior scholar deputized with discretionary powers to interpret and execute the laws of the Overlord Kairos, you are freer than most. One does not apply to be a Fatebinder. One is called by Toulon, the Archon of Justice, and to decline is death. Millions of men and women live in the dozens of realms ruled by the Overlord. How did you stand out from amongst this teeming mass of desperation and insignificance and gain the Archon's notice? Not wishing to pay to feed and house two, the madam that purchased your mother sold you to the Proving Grounds, the Northern Empire's bloodiest, most notorious fighting arena. Given only enough training to assure the show isn't over too soon, your natural prowess and survival instincts led you to one victory after another. There was no elegant swordplay, no formalized duels, just brutal melee and the stench of blood, shit, and bronze with each day's gruesome necessities. It is said that any fighter that slays a dozen others in the grand melee is given his or her freedom. But in 300 years, only 3 warriors have ever walked away from the Proving Grounds. When the closing horns sounded, and 13 corpses lay at your feet, you became the 4th to be granted freedom to thunderous applause. But this autonomy was short-lived. Within days, word of your accomplishments made its way to the Archon of Justice. Hunter. When the leader of your home spoke out of turn one time too many agents of the Overlord, put the whole town to the torch to contain the spread of insubordination. The bounding Viper tribe came across the smoking ruins of your village. When the beast's matriarch found you frozen but unafraid, the mighty leader took you in and raised you with the protection of her tribe. For years you lived with these wild beastmen in their migratory homes throughout the mountains. But the bounding vipers were a dying breed. Each long winter took a greater toll than the last, and once the dwindling tribe was too weak to defend its lands, disfavored soldiers came to dispense of the ravenous scavengers. Your tribe had become... dispense with the ravenous scavengers your tribe had become. Finding a human amongst the wild tribe, the disfavored soldiers made a point of taking you alive. News of the wild child of the north eventually spread to the Archon of Justice, and he ordered you released from captivity and delivered unto his court. Okay, I'm just going to read through these quietly real quick here. Okay, we're going to do War Mage because just the first couple of lines of that caught me. Although the Diplomat, the Guild Apprentice, the Lawbreaker, all of these certainly caught my attention. But this time around, we're going to do the War Mage. Okay, primary expertise. You receive training in the arts of war, the intrigue of magic, and the inexhaustible depths of Kairos law. Across the Northern Empire, the education of the Fate Binder is second to none. Those bearing the title are expected to read instructions and understand the economies of the realms in which they operate. Literacy and mathematics, skills rarely found in Ontaros, are essential skills for the execution of law. Subtler talents like speechcraft and tactics are honed with time and experience under Tuan's guidance. Okay, so I'm picking basically my melee skills, I guess. Okay. Sword and shield. Javelin. Okay. Atrophy spell. Touch of Atrophy. Frost magic. -3 might, -3 vitality, 8 to 12 damage. Okay, I'm wondering if I'm going to get like a secondary. So let's take dual wield. Okay. Oh, I get to pick 2. Okay. Okay, then I'm gonna... Okay. Let's do armed combat. Choose an ability. Okay, flurry of blows. One unarmed combat versus parry. Palm strike. Okay. And then next is my secondary expertise, which will be body magic. Okay. So, banner colors. No character colors. Nope, let's go true black. Mostly because I'm colorblind, so I can't see half these colors anyway. Ooh, I kind of like that symbol. White on black, that kind of... Ooh, I kind of like that one, and that one. This one kind of seems like a balancing scale, and I kind of like that one because of the sort of double offset there. So yeah, I'm going to do that one. Sort of the balance kind of idea. Okay. And of course, call this guy Wrath. Okay. Oh, I'm not allowed to use Wrath. Okay, so try that. Okay. 8 points to distribute. Plus % to spell strength and magic defense. And spell cooldown. Armor deflection and accuracy. Resolve. Affliction duration, endurance, will, and magic defense. Okay, so let's pump a little bit of points into each to start with. I'm guessing it's highlighting the ones that are most important to me. It's bring down the might a little bit, and let's raise the magical strength. Okay. Skills. Weapon skills. Okay, I've got 20 points available. Combat vigor. Okay. Let's go with dual wielding as well. Subterfuge is okay. Let's reconsider this here. Okay, subterfuge is skill turns character ability to move unseen. Okay, we definitely want that to be high. Okay, so let's go back. I want to go back to my primary skill here. No, I will stay with my okay. I'll change this to shock spell. Ooh, let's reverse that order here. Let's go with shock spell as my first one. And then secondary will be unarmed. Palm strike. 3-meter push. Silence for 15 seconds. So it's a knockback. Gives me charged fist. Oh, I kind of like this better. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I kind of like this. And that's bronze sword and bronze dagger. Okay. if I did frost spells. Okay, they're all close range attacks. So what if I do short bow? Okay. Yeah, I like that better. Okay, so go back to skills. Right, attributes. So I don't need as much might. So I've got 2 extra points. Okay, so quickness is doubly important for me because that's colored like more brightly. So I'm guessing they both require that. So, okay. So control lightning. And then, okay. Dual wield. I don't need magic staff, I don't think. Well, let's see here. Alright, I'm happy with that. I hope that that's... will allow you to play through Kairos' conquest of the Tears. Choosing how your character was involved in the invasion. This gives you the most control over the starting state of the game and how other factions will react to your character. Yes, I will take that.
All the world has fallen to Kairos. And now the Overlord's eye is on the Tears, our home. The last corner of the world free of Kairos' reign. 2 armies, the Disfavored and the Scarlet Chorus, march south from the Northern Empire, the last realm to fall to Kairos a century prior.
Okay.
In the early days of 428, Kairos' armies arrive at the Gates of Judgment, the mountainous border that we Tearsmen so long believed unassailable. Unable to agree on a unified plan of defense, the various leaders of the Tears sit and wait for each other to deal with the conquerors, until it's too late.
Okay. During the conquest, you will decide your character's actions during Kairos' invasion of the Tears, shaping the world through which you will adventure over the course of the game. Each choice you make affects your character and how major factions of the Tears respond to you. Your decisions matter. Choose wisely. Okay. 428 tier. The Bastard City. The Bastard City stood on the northern border between Kairos' empire and the Tears, built upon a natural harbor at the crossroads between realms. The city was a nexus of commerce. To the Tears, it was the center of all wealth. To a northerner, it was little more than a backwater trading post. Its symbolic status as a gateway to the continent made it a natural first target in Kairos' military conquest. Circumstances were ideal for you to prove your worth as a soldier in Kairos' army. Taking this city would send a message to the rest of the Tears. Kairos will Kairos' will is insurmountable. Infiltrate the tiers. Both armies sent their forces to prepare the way. Select a token to be on the map to begin. The first major engagement, Gates of Judgment. The first major engagement of the war. Kairos' armies across the mountains and establish a foothold. Okay. Okay, I feel like my guy might be better served as an infiltrator. History would remember the Gates of Judgment as the first battle of the conquest, but the real combat unfolded with advanced units from both armies preparing for the coming of war. The Disfavored and the Scarlet Chorus each had a plan to infiltrate the capital city. Which army did you join? Okay, let's see what this one is. The armies of Kairos took the battle to the Gates of Judgment, trumpeting the opening call of the conquest of Tears. The two armies, the Disfavored and the Scarlet, brought their distinctive sense of order and chaos to the assault. You went to battle alongside the army whose approach best suited your strengths. Alright, let's go with this one. We're going to go with the Disfavored. You lend your skills to the elite Disfavored scouts to capture a border garrison. Graven Ash, insisting that an early victory in the offensive would boost the morale of his troops and diminish the haughty overconfidence of the Southerners. You join the Scarlet Chorus as they raided villages and small towns, conscripting every able-bodied man and woman into the army. The voices of Nerat emphasized the rewards of conscription and enslavement over wanton bloodshed. Apparently, his soldiers needed the reminder. I will stay with the guys that are more ordered and disciplined. Hotel Scouts border defense and collaborated on an organized attack that would leave the enemy uncoordinated and cut off from aid. You oversaw the preparations and offered your opinion on the strategy when the clashing of swords and spears fell to silence, followed by the cheering of disfavored scouts. You were the least surprised. Okay, second inside agent. You found an ally within the city to prepare the way for the approaching armies. The Bastard City resident fire mages threatened the first leg of the conquest. Kairos' forces put a stop to their unchecked power. As a counter mage, I think that would be where I would go. Your fiercest opponents in the Bastard City were the mages of the School of Wild Wrath. Too barbaric to use their power responsibly, the unbridled practitioners needed to be stopped. How did you trick the hot-tempered mages into their own undoing? You lured the hot-headed mages to an ambush where the Legion of Disfavored waited to spring the trap. The soldiers were hungry for a chance to subdue the arcane branch of the Tier's resistance. You tricked the guild elder into meeting with the voices of Nerat, Archon of Secrets. The Archon was notorious for his cruel and mysterious interrogation techniques. The mages were never seen again. What's my other choices here? Okay. With the border garrison captured by your disfavored allies, you traveled ahead of Kairos' armies and lurked in the shadows of the Bastard City. You decided that converting one of the locals to Kairos' side would help bring the city to its knees. After all, corruption starts from within. He enlisted a better captain of the guard, selling military secrets to the disfavored, better that Kairos' forces march to their next inevitable victory well informed. Came to an arrangement with a well-connected smuggler who knew how to sneak agents of the Scarlet Chorus behind the city walls. The Scarlet Chorus were better operatives than soldiers, and this work required a subtle touch. Okay, you know what? These guys are dangerous, though. I don't like these guys. But I think it's what I would do. My guy's sort of a wily, kind of good and bad, balanced individual. These guys are more appropriate for the job. To get in and sow problems. It's ugly, but, you know, I'll take it. After accepting his deserved payment, the smuggler uncovered a long, forgotten tunnel that intersected with the sewers of the Bastard City. Armed with the maps of the subterranean layout, your Scarlet Chorus allies fanned out to occupy various city districts under cover. They spent the ensuing weeks murdering key officials and sabotaging defenses wherever possible, weakening the tier's capital under the very noses of its leaders. Yeah, that sounds about right. Betrayal of the Bastard City. Your tactics of infiltration placed you in the Bastard City ahead of the main armies. Your work softened the city's defenses for the arrival of Kairos' forces, but you wanted a decisive gesture that would give your allies a meaningful advantage. How did you assist in the fall of the Bastard City? You challenged the commander of the Bastard City's defenses to an honorable fight to the death. Did the disfavored wish to spare soldiers' lives for the battle ahead, and civilian lives for occupation? Gain the ability Warrior's Respite. Stand your ground in the face of defeat. Spread the word of Kairos. You converted the poor and disaffected into a hidden army of the Scarlet Chorus. Once the dust settled, the army wished to bolster their troops with these sleeper cells. What's the third option? Keeping to the shadows, you eliminated the leaders of the Bastard City one by one. Concealing shadows. 100% gaze deflection for 12 seconds. Minus 100 accuracy for 12 seconds. Plus 200 dodge for 12 seconds. Plus 200 parry. Valid with all weapons. Okay, I'm going with that one. Some deaths were quiet and unnoticed, while others were gruesome beyond words. As a wave of murders overtook the city's elite, your deeds swelled in infamy. Well before the armies arrived, no one in the Bastard City felt safe in their homes, much less behind their walls. By the time Kairos' forces crested the horizon, the city was fearful enough to throw open the gates and welcome their new protectors. Damn, I am a vicious a-hole. Okay, the Bastard City settled into the new state of normalcy, and every tower displayed Kairos' banner. Your name was whispered alongside rumors of a decorated career to come. The armies divided into two fronts and migrated south. Tuon sent word that you were to join the next frontier of Kairos' conquest. either as judge and overseer of the settlement of Lethan's Crossing, or as a war advisor with the armies advancing into the realm of Apex. Okay. So let's choose here. So if I choose Apex, the troops of the Mountain Realm, Apex stood idle in the safety of their valley, biding their time as their neighbors in the bastard tier fell. In the second year of war, a joint force of the disfavored and Scarlet crossed over the mountains to take control of the tier's central valley. Or, deposits of iron made the settlement of Lethan's Crossing a strategic war asset. Kairos sent the forge-bound smith mages of exceptional skill to establish a flow of weaponry. Tuon, the adjudicator, sent one of his faint binders to ensure the enforcement of Kairos' law. Okay, so do I stay with the war, or do I keep going, or do I play administrator? I think tough call. I'm gonna stay with the war. My guy worked with the war. He's a war mage, so we'll continue on that path. And we will continue this up on the next episode, because we're at 45 minutes already, or 46 minutes. So I'll go ahead and cut this short, and we'll start another video. I hope that you've enjoyed this. If you like this video, please subscribe, leave a comment. I'm going to do a few of these videos just to get through this opening section, and then once I'm done, we'll do a few episodes to play through this. But you know, this is just sort of my random musing in this game. So please feel free, if you're enjoying this, I'll continue to go through it. Leave a comment. Yeah, I'm saying lots of ahs now. Anyway, until next time, I will catch you on the flip side.